John, let's first of all start by talking about Lewis Price, who you brought to the club this
Yes.
week from Palace. What are his qualities? Hugely experienced, of course.
Yeah, he's got a lot of games behind him, obviously international games as well. Been the international goalkeeper for his country, so he's just sat up the road, not doing a great deal. And you know, I want healthy competition for places all over the pitch, and I felt that he was right to bring in. The price is right as well, so financially, you know, it suits us, and he puts pressure on the people that are in goal at the moment. Obviously, Jamie is been holding the goalkeeping shirt. He's taken over from Brian in the last few weeks, and he's done okay. And I just felt it was, you know, I need to just shake the whole place up, mate. To be honest. You occasionally see the cabinet have a reshuffle, and we've done well, I've done the same. You know, I've had a cabinet reshuffle. We just moved a few around. We made a few available for transfer because we needed to do it. And sometimes the government have a shake up of their cabinet, and I'm doing the same thing here. We need to improve. We need to be more consistent with our play, and obviously been trying to get one or two people in as well to strengthen the team, and Lewis has been the first one in that direction, so it's good to have him here. I think all three goalkeepers will be vying for that one position. Brian's taken over a lot more of the coaching side of things as well. That's where he wants to head in the future, to be a goalkeeping coach, as well as a journalist. So we're helping him along in that direction. But he you know, he gets opportunities to work with the likes of Lewis and Jamie, and start to shape his future goalkeeping career. But at the same time, obviously, he still wants to be considered as one of the goalkeepers here, which I do. I've got three now, vying for one position. So. We'll have to see. I did put Brian on the list last week. He's a long way from home, as Jamie is as well. You know, and Lewis is on the doorstep for us, and that is an important factor sometimes, because you know, Jamie and Brian, as good at professionals as they are, they live a long way from Crawley, and they're trying to juggle their family life as well as their professional career at the same time, and it's not always been easy in that respect. So. But we'll keep looking, and we'll keep obviously looking for other positions as well to try and strengthen.
So, anything likely to happen before Scunthorpe, or are you more looking ahead towards the deadline on the 27th?
Well, we've been working
busy.
very busy. It's not really hard work, is it, picking up a telephone? But nevertheless, it does occupy a large amount of my day for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And just when you think you might have one, somebody else maybe comes in for the same player, and it suits the player geographically as well. You know, I've mentioned before how difficult it is when you someone like Brian lives in Manchester, Jamie lives in Harrogate, and sometimes it's difficult for the likes of ourselves to bring players down from the north. You know, it's cost as well. You know, we have to put them up, we have to look after them whilst they're here, we have to relocate them. And they're cut off from their families and everything else, and you know, in a perfect world, I prefer to have local boys that live sort of within sort of easy driving distance here. So we've had a few lined up, and it hasn't quite worked out, and obviously we have to make sure the money's right as well. So I'm hoping, if something doesn't happen today, then in the next few days, certainly before next Thursday, that we'll have at least 2 more added to the squad.
A bit more like us at Oldham last Saturday, but
yeah.
I mean, we've said it so often this season, we just need to keep building on a good result, and we're 4 unbeaten now in the league, of course. Yeah,
I mean, that's the pleasing thing. There's a better feel, I think, to our team at the moment, and you can sense it from the players, and obviously the players talk to each other, they talk to members of staff, and I think they're all very happy with the shape that we've got. You know, playing 3-5-2. Certainly Isel's a lot happier having somebody a little bit closer to him. Not quite so much pressure putting on him to come up with the goals. Obviously Guillaume, we've found a a slightly different role for Guillaume, which I think he's enjoying, and it's fresh and it's new. And I always think with players, you suddenly give them something different to do than they've normally been doing, and they tend to enjoy the change, you know. And I think Guillaume's enjoyed moving a little bit closer to Eisel, and certainly last week he played up front alongside Gavin and scored an exceptionally good goal. Had one disallowed as well, which I couldn't actually see anything wrong with it, but the officials could see an offside. I think Dean Leacock was given offside, but you know, we just look a lot better team. We look a lot stronger, and it was a very disciplined performance last week at Oldham. It's not an easy place to go, as many teams have found out already this season. Oldham are a very workmanlike team, and Mickey Jones, we kept him quiet last week, which was quite nice. I could sort of read the headlines that he was going to score the winning goal against us, but he didn't. We kept him quiet, and you know, it was a really good, solid performance. And for the fans that went up there last week, I think they got rewarded for their endeavour and for their the sacrifices that they made to go all the way up there. And we come back with a good point. Probably disappointing at the end that we didn't get all three. You know, the performance merited a victory, but we've got to take that kind of performance into this Saturday's game against Scunthorpe, which obviously won't be easy. I
know you've mentioned it before about the need, especially at home, to start well and get on the front foot. Key tomorrow, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but we showed that against Gillingham.
Yeah.
We started well, and we got ahead, and then we let it slip. We made a couple of errors in the second half, which cost us dearly, and the winning goal on the night was a bit of a freak. It wasn't intentional, but it ends up in our net, and you know, having been totally in control of a match, we ended up losing it, and that side of it is just not good enough. You know, it has to be better than that, and we're looking at hopefully making a good start tomorrow and staying in front and getting 3 points. It's imperative. These next two matches could really set us up.
Really shape the season, couldn't they? 6 points.
6 points at stake. If we manage to get 6 points out of the next two games, it will put us in good stead and put us in a good position.